this bus, myself, Dale on the Slacker bus, Christina, my sister, and her van are all gonna be heading to Colorado today. We're gonna be taking a couple different routes because I have to go pick someone up down in Philadelphia. We've been planning this trip for a while, but between these 3 rigs right here, we're gonna be driving all the way out to Colorado. And last year, if you remember, I did a comparison video with my bus when it was still just a yellow Twinkie of how much it costs to go from where we currently are in New Jersey all the way out to Colorado. But I thought it would actually be fun to compare the van, the big bus, and the little bus, that we can see which one is actually gonna get the best gas mileage, which one's gonna cost the most or cost the least. So I'm gonna head out first because I gotta get down to Philadelphia and pick up a friend. These guys are gonna be heading west on 80 and we'll meet up somewhere, hopefully in, I don't know, Indianapolis, Kansas, we'll see. This video is sponsored by Jackery Solar Generator. Check out the link in the description to learn more about how you can power your entire trip. We're about here at my college roommate's place. He lives in the middle of the city, and I'm driving down roads that this bus is not meant to fit down, and that's okay. We're gonna make it. He probably thinks I'm crazy. I haven't seen him in quite so long. 5 years ago, he decided he wanted to go on a road trip. He never made it because of work. Ended up joining the fire department in the city that he lives in, so now he's a professional firefighter. So he called me and was like, Mike, I wanna go on a trip. And I was like, Justin, it's been 5 years, and this is the perfect time to start because we're just pretty much finished up diving. Oh, I see him on the street corner. How do I get it? I gotta unlock it! Justin!
It's time.
He finally made it 5 years!
Let's get out of Philly.
Get out of Philly, get out of Philly!
And we're off! Woo! Alright, we are 10 minutes into our trip and we just left for
Duncan!
Alright, I was thinking more Colorado, but yes, Duncan, we got Duncan. We are heading to Colorado and I'm so excited. We're driving together. Right now we're just getting gas and the total is $58.27. Alright, not bad.
Rachel?
Yeah?
You're on camera. How's it going?
Oh, we're doing well. We're, you know, somewhere in Pennsylvania.
Somewhere in Pennsylvania? How's the trip going? Did you fill up?
We are about to fill up in about 30 minutes to an hour. We filled up right before we left New Jersey.
Oh, awesome. All right, well, we'll catch up to you by tonight.
All right, see you guys soon.
Yep, bye. Well, we're down on 76, which is like down here. They're up on 80, which is up here, and we're both heading towards Columbus, Ohio. We will eventually meet up in that location. If Justin puts the pedal to the metal, we might actually catch up to him before then.
Which one's the gas pedal?
Which one's the gas pedal?
That it!
You guys ever play that game when you're going through a tunnel, you gotta hold your breath? He might make it. Justin took the wheel for a while. Thanks, Justin. I wanted to show you where we're at. So if you look at this guy right here, we're right here. Christina, my sister, and Rachel in the van, and Dale are up here on 80. And the goal is, whoop, they fell off the map. They're probably fine. But the goal is we're gonna meet in Columbus, Ohio, and then we just head west together.
Well, pit stop number 1 completed. Dale got
gassed up.
This is nothing to be concerned of. He's just getting brake fluid. We didn't already break down.
Facts. Facts. We're just getting some brake fluid. But we're gassed up, he's gassed up, and we are ready to get back out on the road
to
Colorado.
Dale, your bus is a little thirsty?
I'm gonna break through. Never hurt anybody.
All right, Dale, do you want to lead or you want us to lead?
I'm gonna lead right over there to that restroom, and then after that,
Oh, it's closed.
then I'm gonna go lead right over there to that tree.
We'll follow you.
So we did 200 miles, 19.7 gallons. So we did 10.15 miles per gallon on that tank of gas. So last time that we drove this bus to Colorado, it was just yellow. There was no rooftop deck, and we were getting around 12 miles per gallon. So on average, it looks like the rooftop deck, there's no solar panels up there yet, but the wind resistance from our build and any weight that was added to the bus at this point, which we're still, I weighed the bus about 3 weeks ago, and it was 9,700 pounds about. I'd have to get the exact number. But I mean, hey, you know, we only lost from the looks of this about 1.5 miles per gallon with the addition of the conversion. I find that very interesting.
I feel like I've been sitting in a car for 4 hours. We're probably gonna try to drive until 2 in the morning and get to Missouri.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
All right, we have made it to a Walmart. We're not staying here tonight. We're actually gonna keep driving, but we had to stop to get some supplies, and
He's a big little kid.
we finally needed to meet up with Rachel and Christina and Dale with the bus over there. So now that we're all actually together, we finally met in this location, and we're all gonna head west together. Justin's also getting his first look at the van. I'm getting my second look at the van, and you're gonna be getting your first look. Dude, this is awesome for like just quick trip. We're gonna be building this guy out when we get back from Colorado. So this is gonna be a whole new build series that we're gonna be starting up, helping Christina build out this van. She's already has it designed. She's been planning this out for a long time. And this is your first look at it. You know, Rachel and Christina are gonna be sleeping in here. Dale's in his bus, which is behind the van. He's got an extra bed in there. Maybe we'll throw Justin in there, or I'll go in there. And then of course, Ivan is also here. So it's just like crazy. Woo! Okay, so Christina wants to go to Wendy's to get food, but she doesn't know how high her van is, and we've never measured it. I'm gonna give her my tape measure.
Run into a slight issue. 104 inches.
104 inches.
So not 9 feet.
Well, while they're getting food, you know, I'll give you a little bit of a breakdown on the trip currently. So Dale's bus is unfortunately topping out around 59 miles an hour with the governor. So he is by far the slowest rig in terms of driving. Ivan's doing really good. It doesn't have a governor on it. We cruise about 70 to 75, but for gas mileage, we've been doing 60 to 65. And the van is beating us all by a long shot. That thing can go like 90. Christina's probably just frustrated with us and just wants to go faster. As many of you know, there is no solar power or electrical power on the van, the Slacker bus, or Ivan. So during this trip, I teamed up with Jackery Solar Generator. We're gonna be using their 1500 and 240 unit during this entire trip and powering everything that we'll be doing. So we're gonna be using these Jackery units to power our LED lights, which is plugged into the 12-volt unit right here. We're also powering the fridge that's right behind me, our camera batteries, laptops, cell phones, and anything else that has to use electrical power during this trip. In order to power up these rigs, we're gonna be using the alternator connection, which can charge through a 12-volt power, solar generation, which means we can leave them outside and generate solar power, or we can actually plug them into a generator or a residential 120-volt plug. So we've been powering this fridge with the Jackery 1500 over the last few days, and we tested it out before we left on the trip. And this particular fridge right here has run 38 hours on this Jackery without any type of charging, from 100% all the way down to 0. So if you're interested in learning how Jackery can power your next trip this summer or fall, make sure you check out the link in the description to see how you can get your 240 or 1500. And thank you, Jackery, for sponsoring this video. Well, we're switching buses. I'm driving Dale's, Justin's over there and Ivan, and Christina and Rachel are in the van. The goal is we want to get about 4 more hours on the road, so we're going to be stopping about 1 p.m. Yep, should be in good shape, and Dale's going to go to bed.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
I'm in Christina's van, she's letting me drive it, and we're taking up the back of the pack. So we're looking at Ivan's rear end. Pretty much this entire trip we're just playing round robin. Who's gonna drive which vehicle, who's not tired. Christina's van, this thing, from going from Dale's bus to Ivan to this thing, hear me clear, I love buses, but this thing's got AC. And I can go 90, which may sound really fast, but the speed limit's 85, so we're getting run off the road here.
They really are.
And this is a 2019?
2017.
2017 Ram ProMaster 159 wheelbase. I know all the bus stuff, Christina knows all the van stuff, and together we know a lot of things that our parents are really proud of us.
Well,
Tell us a little bit about your van, how this thing's running.
every time that Dale in his bus, and every time either Michael or Justin, whoever's driving Ivan, when their tank is almost full, mine's halfway full.
Oh, that's true, your range.
Yeah.
Yeah, your range is huge.
So I have yet to have to fill my whole tank, except in the beginning of the trip when I was like still at my house, filled it, and it wasn't even, it was about it was $58. And then the average so far that I've been paying has been $33. Like around that number each time. I don't know if that's like superstition, but $33. And then that's about 11 gallons for $33.
You're killing it. Good morning from a rest area in Kansas. I think everyone slept pretty well.
A little chilly, but nothing to complain about, you know?
The fun thing is, woke up in the morning and guess what I found?
Good job, Slacker bus.
It looks like it's just the clamp came loose, so I think I can just get a ratchet set and put that clamp back on, but we're never boring on the road, never boring. And this is why I brought all my tools. I kind of figured something was gonna happen. You know, at least we got everything. Fun thing is, Dale's still actually sleeping, so I have to do this fix. We're gonna try to be really quiet, put this exhaust back on, and I'm sure Dale's gonna wake up while I'm doing it, come outside, and then hoot and holler something about the fact that I'm doing something to his bus. Just don't tell him what we're doing. Dale's up, exhaust is fixed. It looked as though the clamp, which is holding the two parts of the exhaust together, oh, you can kind of actually see it right there. Right there, it just separated because I guess whoever previously owned this bus didn't actually tighten the bolts and just put screws into it. Yeah, that didn't actually last that long. So unfortunately, I don't have the right tool to get the clamp apart, so I actually just put a new screw right back in. We only have to make it about 60 miles to get to where we're going today because we're almost at the end of the trip. So that's good enough for us to, you know, get down the road. And then we'll actually get the part correctly and I'll fix it some other point. And Dale's just here with coffee. Want me to explain what's going on? Or you...
No, I gotta give the introduction first. Michael doesn't feel like filming, and I gotta do it. We have problems.
All right, so we've been checking the fluid on all the vehicles, you know, doing our due diligence. And at some point yesterday, Justin started noticing some issues going on with the transmission last night. You know, now it's morning. We stopped at the first gas station just down the road and there's no transmission fluid. So here we go.
Who needs it?
We stopped for gas. We were having some issues with the transmission. We were thinking it wasn't shifting correctly, so we pulled over. It looks like the transmission fluid was kind of pretty burnt, which if you don't know, you don't want burnt transmission fluid. You don't want it to be a dark color. You don't want it to smell burnt. So we pulled over. I bought some new transmission fluid and we just flushed the system in the parking lot. Justin's on his first road trip and he's just getting the whole Buslife adventure right here. I mean, just full out. We got really lucky though. We stopped at this gas station. There happens to be a Walmart right there and O'Reilly's right there. It can be stressful, but you know, we couldn't have broken down in a better location.
I don't see a thing. All I see is grass. Don't get me wrong, it's nice grass.
All right, we made it to Denver. The mountains, which I don't think you can see because it's all foggy, are right there. Christina's made it, Dale's made it, the bus has kind of made it. It's doing great, but the transmission is like not loving us. We pretty much confirmed that the solenoid inside the transmission probably went bad, we think. Not a horrible fix. I'm gonna try to fix it up at Jimmy's where we're headed. What do you think?
I think it's really pretty. Me and Razor kept saying it's unreal, but it is real, but unreal.
You know, when we were on the other side of town and you were looking out here, the mountains actually, I thought it was cloud, but it turns out it's actually mountains when you get up close to see it.
We made it to the first boondocking spot. Justin arrived, he drove all the way here. And we've got the van, we've got the bus. We made ourselves a little triangle here and we are officially out in beautiful Colorado. Yeah, we made it. If anyone out there is interested in getting a bus, a big bus or a van, maybe this is some helpful information for you. It is Justin's, Christina's, and Rachel's first time to Colorado and the first time ever boondocking, living on the road or anything. So this is pretty awesome. Dale's been out here before and he's been boondocking with me, so this is pretty familiar for him. But Christina,
I think it's moving.
Christina,
All right, welcome to Colorado.
to celebrate
Rachel,
her first time.
welcome to Colorado.
Oh.
Woo!
All right, now you got to go find that cork.
Copy that.
Leave no trace.
Go find the cork, leave no trace.
Welcome to Colorado.
Welcome to Colorado. Congratulations.